Europe faces its greatest security challenge since World War II. The continent, which has enjoyed relative peace and stability for decades, now finds itself at a crossroads. Russia's aggression in Ukraine has shattered decades of peace. The invasion has not only caused immense human suffering but has also sent shockwaves throughout Europe, reminding the world of the ever-present threat of conflict. In response, Europe has embarked on an unprecedented military mobilization. Nations are ramping up their defense capabilities, conducting large-scale exercises, and preparing for any potential threats. This is a watershed moment in European history. Leaders are making tough decisions, prioritizing defense spending, and forging new alliances to ensure the continent's security. For too long, Europe has relied on the United States for its defense. The transatlantic alliance has been a cornerstone of European security, but the current crisis has highlighted the need for Europe to stand on its own. The Ukraine conflict has exposed the fragility of this arrangement. It has become clear that Europe must be prepared to defend itself independently. Europe must now take responsibility for its own security. This involves not only increasing troop numbers but also enhancing the training and readiness of its forces. This means investing heavily in its armed forces. Modernizing equipment, expanding military infrastructure, and boosting defense budgets are all critical steps. The scale of the challenge is immense. Coordinating efforts across multiple nations, each with its own priorities and constraints, requires unprecedented collaboration. Europe needs to bridge significant capability gaps. This includes modernizing equipment, increasing troop numbers, and ensuring that all forces are well-equipped and well-trained. A target force of 300,000 troops has been proposed. This ambitious goal reflects the seriousness with which Europe is approaching its defense needs. This mobilization will require sustained political will. Leaders must remain committed to the long-term goal of a secure and stable Europe. It will also require significant financial resources. Defense spending must be prioritized, and budgets must be adjusted to meet the new realities. But the cost of inaction is far greater. Failing to address these challenges could lead to instability and conflict, threatening the peace that Europe has worked so hard to achieve. A strong European defense is essential for peace and stability. By taking decisive action now, Europe can ensure a safer future for its citizens and maintain its place on the global stage. Bolstering Europe's defense capabilities requires substantial financial commitment. Experts estimate an annual expenditure of approximately €250 billion to effectively counter potential threats. This funding is crucial for modernizing equipment, expanding troop numbers, and enhancing infrastructure. While this figure represents a significant increase in defense spending, it constitutes around 1.5% of the EU's GDP, a manageable amount. However, allocating these funds efficiently and effectively across 28 member states presents a challenge. Proposals include increasing defense budgets to 3.5% to 4% of GDP, with a portion financed through common European debt. This approach would distribute the financial burden more evenly and potentially stimulate economic growth. The investment in defense goes beyond immediate security concerns. It signifies Europe's commitment to safeguarding its values, interests, and future. A secure Europe is a prosperous Europe. Coordinating the military efforts of 28 EU member states, each with its own armed forces and strategic priorities, presents a significant challenge. Harmonizing equipment, doctrines, and command structures is crucial for a cohesive and effective European defense force. Establishing a unified command structure is paramount. This would streamline decision-making processes and optimize military operations. Additionally, joint training exercises and shared intelligence are vital for fostering interoperability. Overcoming national sensitivities and historical reservations regarding military integration is essential. The urgency of the current security environment demands a collective response. Enhanced cooperation within the EU framework, including the Permanent Structured Cooperation (PESCO) initiative, can facilitate greater integration and efficiency in defense planning and procurement. Increased defense spending can have significant economic implications, potentially stimulating growth and innovation. Investments in defense research, development, and procurement create jobs, foster technological advancements, and boost industrial capacity. Moreover, a strong defense industry can enhance Europe's competitiveness in the global market. Technological spin-offs from defense research often find applications in civilian sectors, leading to wider economic benefits. However, it is crucial to ensure transparency and accountability in defense spending to prevent corruption and inefficiency. Striking a balance between security needs and economic sustainability is paramount. By fostering innovation, creating jobs, and enhancing competitiveness, increased defense spending can contribute to a more resilient and prosperous European economy. Section 5. Strategic autonomy. Reducing reliance on the United States. Europe's historic mobilization reflects a growing desire for strategic autonomy. The Ukraine conflict highlighted the limitations of relying solely on the United States for security. Europe must develop its own capabilities to address threats closer to home. This does not imply a rejection of NATO or the transatlantic partnership. Rather, it signifies a recognition that Europe must become a stronger and more capable partner within the alliance. Strategic autonomy entails developing independent decision-making capabilities, including intelligence gathering, military planning, and crisis response. It also requires diversifying partnerships and engaging with global actors. By bolstering its defense capabilities and pursuing strategic autonomy, Europe aims to become a more influential and independent actor on the global stage, capable of defending its interests and values. Section 6. The North Korean nexus, a new front in a globalized conflict. The conflict far beyond Europe's borders, drawing in actors like North Korea. This unexpected involvement has added a new dimension to the already complex situation. Reports of North Korean military support for Russia conflict's potential to escalate and entangle other nations. The implications of such support are profound, suggesting a shift in global alliances. North Korea's involvement underscores the complex It highlights the intricate web of international relations and the unpredictable nature of global politics. Russia, facing mounting losses and manpower shortages, has turned to allies like North Korea. This alliance is not just a military strategy but also a political statement. This development highlights the globalized nature of modern warfare, where conflicts can quickly draw in external actors and have far-reaching. The interconnectedness of today's world means that no conflict is isolated. It also raises questions about the effectiveness of international sanctions and the potential for conflict spillover. The international reassess its strategies to address these evolving challenges. The international community must closely monitor the situation and work to prevent further escalation. Diplomatic efforts and international crucial than ever. The involvement of North Korea adds a new layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. This new front in the conflict demands a nuanced understanding and a multifaceted approach to resolution. Section 7. The broader geopolitical chessboard, shifting alliances and global implications. The conflict in Ukraine has triggered a significant realignment of global alliances and partnerships. Countries are reassessing their strategic priorities and seeking new partnerships based on shared interests and values. Europe's relationship with Russia has been fundamentally altered. The invasion has shattered any illusions of a strategic partnership. The focus has shifted towards deterrence, containment, and reducing dependence on Russian energy. Meanwhile, China's stance on the conflict remains ambiguous. While Beijing has refrained from condemning Russia's actions, it has also expressed concerns about the conflict's impact on global stability. The evolving geopolitical landscape presents both challenges and opportunities for Europe. It necessitates a nuanced and agile foreign policy approach, capable of navigating complex alliances and competing interests. Section 8. The future of European security, a new era of cooperation and deterrence. The conflict in Ukraine has ushered in a new era for European security, highlighting the vulnerabilities and the urgent need for a robust defense strategy. The continent now faces a more uncertain and dangerous security environment, with threats that are both conventional and unconventional. This evolving landscape requires a fundamental shift in mindset and a renewed commitment to collective defense, ensuring that all member states are prepared to act in unison. Deterrence through strength is paramount, as it sends a clear message to potential aggressors that Europe is ready and capable of defending itself. A credible European defense posture capable of deterring aggression and defending its interests is essential for maintaining peace and stability. This requires sustained investment, enhanced cooperation, and a willingness to share burdens among all member states, ensuring that no single nation bears the weight alone. However, security is not solely a military endeavor. It also involves building resilience in other critical areas. It encompasses economic resilience, energy security, cyber defense, and countering disinformation, all of which are vital to a comprehensive security strategy. A comprehensive approach is crucial, integrating military and non-military measures to address the full spectrum of threats. The future of European security will be defined by cooperation, both within Europe and with like-minded partners around the world, fostering a united front against common challenges. Together, we can overcome these challenges and build a more secure and prosperous future, ensuring that Europe remains a beacon of stability and peace in an increasingly volatile world. Section 9. Conclusion. A defining moment for Europe. Europe stands at a crossroads. The conflict in Ukraine has shaken the continent to its core, exposing vulnerabilities and prompting a fundamental reassessment of its security architecture. This is a defining moment for Europe. The path ahead is challenging. It requires significant investment, political will, and a willingness to overcome historical divisions. However, the stakes are too high to fail. A strong, united, and strategically autonomous Europe is essential for peace and stability, both within its borders and beyond. The decisions made today will shape the future of Europe for generations to come. The world is watching. The time for action is now.